Hello, everybody. All right, Cartoon Mark is here. All right, welcome to a little surprise live stream pop in. There is a thunderstorm going on right now, but today, what we're going to talk about is three things: the caricature trap, the caricature trap that caricature artists fall into, beginning to intermediate caricature artists fall into when drawing live. We're going to talk about my new coloring method, and then we're going to talk about a bonus story. Always like to give a Cartoon Mark story from my childhood. So, welcome everybody. Um, Today I've been drawing a lot, and I just want to take a break from caricature. So I didn't want to do a caricature drawing video, but I wanted to talk about caricature and connect with my YouTube family out here. All right. Um, this is it's my last night off. Took a little vacation. We were out to the ocean, out in Massachusetts, and we are back in the swing of things tomorrow. So the caricature trap. What do I mean by that? There is a thunderstorm going on here, so if you hear it, that's what it is. The caricature live trap that artists fall into. I was guilty of this right up until a few years ago, and it's an unconscious thing that happens. It's when you draw tend to draw in a generic way. Um, I wanted to show you my shirt. I love Captain Spaulding, House of a Thousand Corpses. I love that guy. Isn't he awesome? Um, so here's what happens. We spend all the time here in our studio, our home, our dining room, our art studio, living room, wherever, drawing caricatures, practicing caricature, um, doing what we do. And then the phone rings or the email goes off, and you get a caricature gig or a caricature event that you have to go perform at. So you get there and you do all the greetings and hellos and whatnot, and set up your easel. And now you're not in your art studio. You're in a fishbowl environment at some wedding, some event, some barbecue. There's a lot of lightning out here. Sorry, guys. I got Squeaky the cat in the window. Hopefully she's safe. And then you're expected to still draw those same types of caricatures that you have been drawing, but sometimes there's this weird unconscious caricature trap, is what I call it. And it only happens when I was drawing live. There's the thunder. And I tend to draw and get in this safe mode. I got my water bottle here. That's all that is. It tends to go into a safe mode. I gotta open the door for the kitty. Go ahead, kitty. Go ahead. So that's what happens. Hang on, I gotta turn the fan on. It's getting real toasty in here. There you go. So, is anybody guilty of this? Put it in the live comments. I'd love to hear it. Um, what happens is you go like this. You're talking and drawing caricatures is a whole nother. It's a topic that's part of the conversation, right? So you're not only a caricature artist, you're an entertainer. And I got a, I won't say I got a problem with that. I know that's what the gig is. That's what we do. And I'm not talking retail. I'm not talking at the fair or retail theme park. I'm talking gigs and events. I specifically work the events and gig circuit in upstate New York, and you know, people don't have a lot of patience, but they're very interested in you as the caricaturist. Want to know all about you, how you learned it, blah 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 blah, and you got to give this verbal speech, dialogue the entire time while you're drawing, trying to get a likeness. You know, and I find that uh, I used to find it pretty difficult, but then you reach this zone where the way to get out of it is to get into rhythm. Okay, it's what I call getting into a rhythm of drawing the caricature and getting the likeness and getting those features down, the head shape, the T shape, like Tom Richmond talks about, and then you're in the zone and nothing can stop you. I love not talking. I love when the music's blasting so loud that you can't even hear each other and I just do my thing. That's when I do really good. What's tough is the quiet atmospheres where they're right there and there's banter. And it's all part of the gig. I get it. So that's what topic number one I wanted to talk about was falling into the caricature trap of drawing generic type caricatures. Are you guilty of this? I'd love to hear it. Shout out to Mad Magazine. Shout out to Spawn, number 12. These are all just things I have laying around. Shout out to Spawn, number 24. Ooh, yeah. Love Todd McFarlane. So the caricature trap, that's the one topic we're talking about. The second topic is my new coloring method. I am now using pastels. I still have my Prismacolor art sticks, but they're getting small little nubs, and they don't make them anymore. So I want to show you my caricature coloring technique and see if you guys approve. I am now using pastels, which I always said I would never ever do. This is an example of my work colored. What do you think? I think it's a lot more saturated than using the Prismacolor art sticks. My cat is trying to get in here. What do you guys think? And it could smudge a little, but doesn't because of the smooth type of paper that I use. So that's my new coloring. When I color, I don't color a lot because I'm not a retail artist. But I have a request coming up for a color caricature event. So here's how I do it. I use, you can see what I'm looking at over here. Her paw is coming in through the door, underneath the door. So I use the rag method. I scrape it on the rag. Hi, Squeaky. There she is. And I use these pastels. And then I put it on the rag. I think I saw somebody doing this online. And then I just use my finger and almost like an airbrush. It has a smoky feel about it, a smoky tone. I really like it. So that's the other topic I was talking about. Anybody, what do you guys color with? Colored pencil, like live. I mean, the majority of the people use Prismacolor art sticks, and I still have them, pardon me. But this is what my flesh tone looks like. It's this small. That's all I have left. And this is about 2 years of coloring with this. So maybe there's about a year of it left. Whereas I had to order those on Amazon, and they're like 80, 90 bucks. Whereas these pastels I can get in any art store right around. Brelo, how you doing, my friend? I have actually been using the exact same pastels that you show for the last few years. Oh, awesome. Those Artist Loft soft pastels, that's what they're called. Brelo, I'd love to hear your knowledge on that. How do you use it? Do you put it on itself, like with the pastel stick, and then blend, or do you do what I do, whereas I take the rag and I rub on the pastel itself while it's in the case, and then I apply it to the caricature drawing? I'd love to hear how you do it. give you another look at my new coloring method. I think it's very more saturated, whereas when I worked for the fair, my buddy Jeff told me I need to saturate my colors more because we use such smooth paper. This is like the smoothest glass paper. It's cheap. I get it on Amazon, and I only use this size 12 by 18 in that smooth tooth from the working the fairs. And that's the only reason I use it. Maybe if I used a paper with a better tooth, I could even get a better texture. I don't know. That's topic number 2. Topic number 3, I have a story from my childhood, if you want to hear it, about school and about disguising my voice and calling in myself sick as my father. And I can tell you what happened. If you want to hear that, type it in the comments, hit the thumbs up. So, here's another one. This is just a practice one. Ignore the backgrounds. My girlfriend was trying it out, but this is another pastel. My first try at the pastel. I think my head shapes are getting a lot better. Breathe low. I put it on, then blend with my finger after I give a quick spray with fixative. Yeah, I was going to ask you about the fixative. Hang on, I got to let the cat out. Come on, Squeaky. Go ahead. Go ahead. Fixative. I went to the art store. I can't find fixative. They didn't have it at Michael's. So I'm going to order it online. It's like hairspray, right? You spray the drawing so it doesn't smudge. This, breathe low, watch, I'll show you. This doesn't even smudge. I'll even go in the darkest color, black. Watch, here's my finger. And I'm pulling a little bit of black, not much, but look, it's not even coming outside that line. So I'm not worried about a fixative yet, barely, just a little bit. Why is that? I think it's because this paper is so smooth. Whereas if I had a a more grittier paper, tooth paper, it would smear more. But I'm so wondering why I never used pastels before. I just hated the dust gets everywhere. I don't know. It doesn't get as messy when I do the rag method, where the dust doesn't get everywhere. The caricature of my brother from 1986 was done by Roger Webb, and I have a video of Roger Webb, and I have since found out a lot more about Roger Webb. He did it. He colored it with pastel, couple little swipes, and that was it, and it works. I'm like, I gotta figure out how he did that, and I'm analyzing the drawing more and more. So, my new coloring technique. Any of you guys fall into the caricature trap? Shout out to everybody in the live stream here right now. Thank you so much. We got 4 people, 2 thumbs up. Maybe some people forgot to hit the thumbs up. Hit it, hit it, hit it. It's free. It don't cost nothing. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like. Breathe low. I use Accent 80-pound covers. Super smooth. Okay, good to know. Yeah, I'm gonna check into that. That's like almost like a watercolor paper, maybe, right? A little thicker. It's like cardstock. Hey, anybody falling into the... Hang on, let's do some housekeeping. Where is Chad? Where is Minivan Venturing? This is my last night off. I wanted to see him pop in here. He's probably driving the bus. Where is Mercy B? Where is the Barefoot Vlogger? Where is Inspirational Nomad? Where is the director? Go check out the director on YouTube. Holy cow. He drew the most amazing predator. Oh my God, hang on. Mystic Rose is here. Rose, I forgot all about you. I didn't see you in here. Okay, hi Mystic Rose. Good to see you. Mystic Rose, I was thinking of you. I told my girlfriend that we're going to go to Salem, Massachusetts in October on a weekday. We're taking a bus trip to Salem. Have you ever been to Salem? Do you know anything about it? There's a lot of videos on YouTube about it. My girlfriend has been there with her mother and sister in the past. I was busy. I couldn't go before. Really excited. We're going to be going to Salem, and they have the witch trials and all that stuff. I have never been there. It sounds like you would like this place. I'm sure you're familiar with it. So shout out to Chad Minivan Venturing. I hope he's doing good. I just think he's busy with work. I almost didn't make this video. I'm a little burnt out with YouTube. It's not like I've realized I want to use this as like a documentary, or like saving my artwork, like preserving my artwork. That's kind of like uh, what I'm thinking of, like an archive of my work rather than trying to get the views. And whatever views I get, that's great and fine by me. I'm just so happy to have all you guys here, 1,600 subscribers. Um, I would love to go there sometime. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm excited. So 3 topics. You guys are gonna love this last topic. Don't go away. You're gonna want to hear the story about when me, Cartoon Mark, in sophomore or junior year, sophomore of high school, when I called in sick to school, to the principal's office, disguising my voice as my father. And I want to tell you the story on what happened. Got away with it once. What did I do? I tried it a second time. What do you think happened? Type in the comments if you want to hear what happened. Come on, I know you do. You need to hear my nun story. Go to my live stream feed, my live tab, and click the nun story. Sister James, awesome. LOL. Rose is laughing in the background, dealing out those tarot cards. You know, Rose, we did some family genealogy. Oh yeah, I got caught, Rose. I got caught. And by the brothers. I got taught by the brothers, the Franciscan brothers. And I'm going to tell you that story in a second. I just want to recap. And I went to Catholic military school, so it was drill sergeants and brothers. They're not priests, they're like under the priests, like brothers, if you know what a brother, like a sister, a nun is a sister. These are the Franciscan brothers. So me and the family went to Massachusetts over the weekend. Had a little 3-day, 4-day weekend on the ocean. It was good. And we're going to get prepped for Salem in October. The Caricature Trap. Don't fall into the Caricature Trap. What is the Caricature Trap? Caricature Trap is when we practice drawing caricatures at home, and when we take it out into the field, out to a wedding, what happens? Hey, Mike Fuller, what's up? Who are some of our artistic heroes? How about this guy? And hang on, Mike, I'm going to get to you. This is one of them. You may not know it by my artwork. This is another one. This is another one. Todd McFarlane, Mad Magazine also. Wide range. I'll get into that in a second. Caricature Trap is when we go out and draw live for an audience. It's like we're a performer. We're not an artist. I feel that's why I have been cherry picking my events due to my job also, but I have really been very selective now. I'm not taking every wedding. I'm not taking every birthday party, every barbecue. I have about 5 gigs through August, September, and October, and that's it. I'm keeping it really small, and I want to do quality over quantity. So that's the Caricature Trap of drawing in a generic way, not pushing your head shapes, okay? Staying safe. We tend to like talk and banter with the model that we're drawing, and it's a caricature, unconscious thing that us caricature artists do, and we tend to draw what we think is there, what's not really there. Type it in the comments. I'd love to hear you in a replay if you fall into the Caricature Trap. And my second topic is I have a new coloring method of pastels. What do you think? I think this is a lot more saturated color. I'm really happy with my new coloring. It's a lot more vibrant, and I can control it a little easier. And this doesn't smudge. It's not smudging. Okay, what is your coloring method? And now I will get into the questions, and then I'll finish up with the story. Rose gonna love this. Oh, my brother was a Franciscan brother. Rose, wow, that's amazing. I would have never thought that. And wow, there's not many of them left. A lot of them They were pretty rough, but there was one guy who got me. I was a little sneaky, and he caught me, and he did his job good. Mike Fuller, who are some of your artistic heroes? Todd McFarlane, Tom Richmond, Sergio Aragones. I actually love other weird, obscure artists like Baczynski. Rose, you're gonna wanna look up Baczynski. You may already know of him. And H.R. Giger. He did the movie Alien. I'm looking at a book right now of Baczynski. I'm gonna grab it and just show you a few. You wouldn't guess it, but yeah, well, maybe with my art behind me, yeah, the Baczynski stuff is kind of a little inspired. So that is a ton of cartoonists. Sam Gross, especially Charles Addams. How can I leave him out? Okay, Charles Addams, the creator of the Addams Family. Okay, this is an amazing book I got of all his New Yorker cartoons. There's even a note in there from 1993. The World of Charles Addams. Breed Low. George Perez is my all-time favorite. I gotta look him up. I don't know him. And Gahan Wilson. You need to look up Gahan Wilson. More Trucker, of course, Brilo, yes. Perez is probably a Mad Magazine artist. Rose, I want to show you something. If you're still here, sit tight. I'm going to grab this book, and you got to see these paintings. Hi, Squeaky. I may have shown you this before, Rose. This is the art of Baczynski. Very apocalyptic. He does a lot of churches. He's a Polish painter. He was murdered in his apartment. That is him there. Unfortunately, there's a glare. He was murdered. Let me just find. Very hard to do this, but here's some of his paintings of churches, of apocalyptic scenes. These buildings almost look like they're alive. And God, this one's one of my favorites. This one here. Just look at the paper blowing down here, all that paper, and the flames up top in that structure. George Perez did New Teen Titans. Oh, okay. The Infinity. Oh, okay. Got you. You probably like these. I love this one with the wolf. Anyway, that's Baczynski, and I'm going to tell you now the story I wanted to tell you. George Perez. I got to write him down. George Perez. The New Teen Titans, The Infinity Gauntlet, and Crisis on the Infinite Earths. Okay. Do you like Spawn? I love Spawn. And I love Captain Spaulding. I'm going to tell you the story. Sit tight. Mad Magazine. Spawn. Greg Capullo, etc. And Carnage. Okay, story time. Actually, do you want to... If you did not know, I'm going to cover up the address. I found these in my basement. These are letters from the FDNY. Cartoon Mark applied to be a New York City firefighter in the late 90s, early 2000s. No, early 2000s. And got 99 on the written test. And I failed the physical agility. Hardest thing I ever did in my life. All right, story time. If you're one of the few ones here, you're lucky. You're gonna hear a funny story. I'm gonna wrap up with this. High school, 1992. I decided I didn't want to go to school. I went to a Catholic military school, And my parents would leave for work, and then I would leave for the bus. So I was alone. Have a great night. Just wanted to say hello. All right, Rose, you're going to miss the story. Thanks, Rose, for stopping in. Appreciate that. And so, parents left for work, and I called school and disguised my voice. I said, hello. They said, LaSalle Institute. I said, yeah, this is Mr. Brennan. Mark won't be in today. He's out sick. Okay, Mr. Brennan, thank you. Click. That's all. That was easy. I got the day off from school. I I was doing great. Ordered a pizza, whatever. Got the TV going, MTV on, kicking back. Well, a couple weeks later, I decided I don't feel like going to school again. Did the same thing. Parents left for work in the morning. I'm there in the morning. I called in school. LaSalle Institute. Yeah, this is Mr. Brennan. Mark won't be in school today. He's out sick. Okay, Mr. Brennan. Click. I'm like, this is so easy. I got the TV going. MTV's on. I got pizza delivered. I'm like Kramer eating Kenny Rogers Roasters chicken in bed, you know? All of a sudden, there's a knock at the door. Yeah. I'm like, who the heck's at the house now? Ding dong, knock, 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 knock. I open the door, and it's the vice principal, the disciplinarian, Brother Thomas. Brother Thomas Zopo, if you're ever watching this. Mr. Brennan, put your uniform on. You're coming with me. Oh, my God. Larry, what's up, Larry? I said, oh, my God, Brother Thomas showed up to my house. He got me. He caught me. And I was like under the radar, man. I never made a peep. I was shy. I was quiet. Where is this cat? Oh, hi. And I never said a word. I never said anything to anybody. I was like a loner. And then I was on his radar, man. They caught me. I had detention for a week. I was scrubbing lockers with a toothbrush, taking out trash, painting lockers, you name it. They had me doing it. I never did that again. I never called in sick again and disguised my voice ever again. So that's the Cartoon Mark high school story. One of many. Hey, I want to give a shout out to everybody. Let's go look. Larry is here. Thank you for making it, Larry. I hope you're having a great time. Larry is so good with tools. When I see you do that stuff, it's like Chinese to me. Larry, this is what I do. And I appreciate what you do, Larry. That's freaking awesome. I do this stuff. This is what I can do. But when I see tools and 3/4, 8-inch sockets and cutting holes in roofs and amps and fuses, I don't know what he's doing, but it's pretty freaking cool, man. Oh, man. All right. Breedlow said something about Todd McFarlane. I like Todd McFarlane's work, but I never was a big Spawn fan. Well, why not? You're not born in I was like 16, 17 in the 90s. So that was like huge to me that he left Marvel or DC or whoever with a few of his Jim Lee and everybody. I was like, yeah, I was rooting for him, man, you know? I was never a big Spawn. On YouTube, there was a documentary about the guys that started Image Comics, yes. And that is an awesome documentary, too. What's awesome is, the documentary about Todd McFarlane. Watch that whole thing. It's like 7 videos long. So that's truly inspirational, I would say. Shout out to everybody who's here. Breedlow, Larry, Let's Go Look. Mystic Rose was here. Where is Mercy B, Christine, Chad? I don't know. Mike Fuller was here. Mike Fuller is here. Thank you, Mike. Old Reliable. Caricatures. What's he saying? Whoop. Sorry, Mike. I pushed a button by accident. I hope I didn't lose you there. I really like the paintings behind you, Mark. I presume you painted those. Yes, I did. Thank you so much, Mike. I'll give you a closer look if I can get my big head out the way. Maybe that's better. There you go. My favorite is probably that one or that one. But then I like that one. My son likes that one. He really wants that one. Got a few more down here if you're interested in the painting. I'll show you my latest one. These are some little small guys I like. This one, this one I signed. That was ready to go, ready to be shipped. I like these small little canvases. This one, and I don't know, this one needs to get a face. And I'll show you the latest one, which is starting to grow on me. This is a bigger one. Very textured. I mean, you can. That's the latest painting. What do you think? You like it? And I got plenty more that I'm staring at over here. Wow! Thank you, Mike. Mike, you want to see what I'm looking at over here? Besides Squeaky the cat in the window. Squeaky, you can't even see her because she's all black. These are my other ones. That's probably my favorite. You can't see it because it's so tall. It goes up to like here, and it's two characters, and this one kind of like a yellow ghost. Squeaky, say hi. You're on candid camera. There you are, baby. Hi. She is very shy, a special kitty. So we had to give her a special home because she couldn't go to anybody, if you know what I'm saying. Very skittish, very, very shy. She seems to take to me, and I didn't even want a cat. My girlfriend will tell you that story. Let's wrap up here, see what you're saying. Mike Fuller, wow. Thank you, Mike. Oh my God, the director is here. Dude, Charles, I had no idea. You're freaking awesome on that iPad. Go check out the director's video, guys. He drew the Predator. He drew the Predator on an iPad. I think it's with Procreate. I don't have the patience for that stuff. And what a freaking video, man. I popped in there late, and I heard you. I was watching. I had another video going and another tab, Charles. Charles, you make some great videos, like when you're driving. Charles is very wise. He's got a great way of analyzing the world and analyzing things. You guys should go subscribe to the director. Very wise guy down in Tampa. Good old Tampa. Isn't that the home of Captain Spaulding? Fried chicken and gasoline. Yep. And Charles, I have a new way of coloring with pastels. That's how my drawings coming out, more saturated. Squeaky, what are you doing? We just had a thunderstorm here. So if you hear some thunder out there, that's what it is. Let me catch up with your comments, guys. So the 3 topics we discussed, hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys liked that high school story I just told. Hi, Squeaky, I hear you. Mike Fuller, I really like the paintings behind you. I presume you painted them. Yes, I did. Mike says, wow, thank you, Mike. Larry, sorry, I missed you, Larry. The one with the black background reminds me of an X-Files monster. It was great humanoid tapeworm. Oh, this one? Yeah. Love the X-File. Man, from the 90s, right? With Fuller and Mulder. Is that it? I gotta check that one out. Yeah, I just start throwing paint around, and stuff just happens. This is one of my latest ones. I don't know. It's kind of like a mummy, or it kind of reminds me of the Elephant Man. This is very textured. If you look, you can see how thick the paint is. Thank you for the compliment, brother. Dude, you're welcome. And you had me laughing so hard with those Predator quotes. Yeah, he had it down perfect. Sorry, I'm so bad with these comments. Let me get through the comments. Larry, One of Black looks like X-Files. The director, looking good, Mark. Thank you, Charles. You're awesome. How's Sam doing tonight? How's that inspirational nomad doing? Down there in Florida, loves it. I'll give you a tip on Florida living, or you know how, Charles, real quick, if you're watching, I was so intent on getting out of New York. What are you looking at? Squeaky the cat's looking at a rabbit or something outside. You know what? Since I transitioned to an inside type of job, the winters don't bother me as much. I'm not rationalizing, but I ain't all that keen on running down to Florida just yet after retirement. I'm going to do a little bit here and there and then maybe buy a place, but I ain't buying a place right away. I think I would rent before I would buy in Florida. What are you doing, kitty? Where'd I leave off? Looking good, Mark. Larry. I'm hiding behind the curtain. You can't see me. Oh, Larry's behind the curtain. You can't see him. Breathe low. And how old are you, Breedlove? I'm wondering. I'm 48. You're probably a little younger than me. I'm guessing. That's why maybe you weren't so much into some of that stuff. In the 90s. Oh, you're in your 20s. Okay. Oh, you're older than me. All right. I got you. I missed that. So, I kind of missed the whole image craze. Yeah, it was a craze, man, and they were pushing it. Remember in the comic book stores with the comic racks, the spinner racks? It was always image, and like you wanted to support the young freaking underdog. I mean, that's what I remember. I was like, yes, this is amazing. Someone who's fighting back. My comic collecting kind of fell off during that time. Yeah, and they take up a lot of room. I got a whole pile of them up here. I got original, Incredible Hulk paintings are similar but different. That makes for a good exhibition. Well, thanks, Mike. I uh, I want to paint more. I really do. It seems like I paint more in the winter time. It's like I'm an enclosed, like I'm outside more in the summer, and I don't spend a lot of time in the art studio. And then winter, we hunker down. We, you know, eat a little heavier foods, turn up the heat, and I can really throw the paint around. Whereas right now, I'm roasting in here. It's hot in this art studio, so I don't have an AC. AC's out on the other side of the house. The director, thank you for the compliment, brother. You're welcome, Charles. Larry, Fox and Mulder. That's right, Fox and Mulder. Larry, that was for Squeaky. Oh yes, yes. Squeaky is still hiding behind the curtain. How is Maggie, by the way? 52. Oh, Breedlow's 52. All right. Here's just a peek behind the curtain of my art studio. The director. It's great to hear your content. Thank you, Charles. That is my pride and joy. Those two there, that caricature is of me, obviously, by Tom Richmond, and the workshop I went to. Dave Hargrove drew that, some comics up there, and Squeaky the cat is always here. You can see where she's been jumping up there. Squeaky, what you looking at, Squeaks? If you notice up there, I do have little echoes of Florida, Charles. A little pelican, another pelican, or what do you call them? Snake birds? I have little echoes of Port St. Lucie all around here. I have stickers. I have all kinds of stuff. Whoops. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Thank you so much. Caricature trap. Don't fall into the caricature trap of drawing generically. Charles, you should get into caricature. If you can draw that predator stuff, holy cow! You could do caricature. I want to see a caricature video live stream. Charles drawing Alfred E. Newman. You could do it, Charles. You're a freaking amazing artist. I did not know that. I knew you had drafting skills and CAD skills and all that stuff, but you're freaking awesome. Let me check the comments here, and then we'll wrap up. Oh, I gave her a haircut before we went to Tennessee. Oh, Mag gave Maggie a haircut. Are you in Tennessee now, or did you go down and back already? We've been over to Massachusetts, out to the Cape, and back already. And it's great to get a change of scenery. I really highly recommend that. Change of scenery is good because I mean you feel refreshed. Mike Fuller. LOL. Shall we all go to a bar and chat about art? Oh yeah. You know what? I feel there's not a lot of art around here where I am. That's why I love chatting with you guys here. Breed low. I was mostly a DC kid. Oh, Superman. All right. And Batman DC. Then more Marvel as I got older. Yeah, it's all the same, right? Larry. Really glad I got to catch you tonight. Well, thank you, Larry. I'm really glad you popped in. Been home since Saturday. Okay, you've been home. Larry would know the answer to this. Has Chad been out here live? What is going on? I think he's just busy working, and he's got a new cat that kind of looks like Squeaky. I'm busy working. This is my last night off, and then I'm back on my afternoon shift, 3 to 11, all next week, starting tomorrow. So you won't see me here at all. Maybe in the mornings. So I got my mornings to myself, man. I'm so happy in my new job with my new schedule. I don't have to go into work till 3 p.m. And it's like, I don't want to say it's easy. It's just like, I feel like a retired guy. Like I'm out walking the neighborhood. I get to mow the lawn, do the weed trimming, and picking up, running around a grocery store. No lines, no cashier lines, no rat race where you work off shifts. It's freaking great. I hope Chad's doing good, Larry. What are you saying about Chad? Anything? Let me read this here. I see that one live he did a few weeks ago on his lunch. Really? I got to check that. Maybe I saw that one. I really hope Chad's doing good. I mean, to do YouTube, man, you guys know, it takes a lot out of you. I mean, it's a lot of time. And I have since decided, just so you know, I'm not doing this for the views. Not like I was, but I was really pushing. I am just doing this as an archive, to archive my art, and to connect with people who like the art of caricature and cartooning and sketching and the occasional painting. So I'm just glad that I've decided that, and whatever comes my way is a bonus. And I'm just glad to have you guys along for the ride. Breed Low, great chat as usual. Have a great evening. Thank you, Breed Low, Mike Fuller, Larry, Mystic Rose, all you guys. Topics tonight were the caricature trap. Don't fall into it. How do you get out of it if you fall into it when you draw generically live? It's hard to get out of that trap. You really got to push those head shapes, guys. All right, like Tom Richmond says. And my new coloring method of pastels, I love it. With the rag method, I just rub it on the pastel and then blend it on the paper on the face, and I can control it, not like those damn Prismacolor art sticks. Guys, I love these things, but they're just one wrong move and you get the hard edge and you're screwed. You can't erase it. Mike Fuller, your art is great. Thank you, Mark. But perhaps more importantly, you seem like a lovely guy. Wow, thank you, Mike. I wish my girlfriend said that. No, I'm only kidding. I think she's over there listening. Thank you. I've had people say that about me. I've had Inspirational Nomad mention that to me. He even said, your personality sells your channel. And he goes, your personality is what people are buying from you. And he's wise, you know, he is, Sam is very wise. I hope he's doing well. I see him popping on there once in a while now, and glad to check his videos. I love Barefoot Vlogger. If you're into Florida, you're going to want to watch the Barefoot Vlogger, my buddy Terry. Anyway, those were the topics, and I wrapped up with the high school story. I hope you enjoyed that high school story. If you didn't hear it, you're going to want to watch that replay. Guys, again, I can hear thunder. I'm not into art. I come here to see you, Mark. Wow, thanks, Larry. Hey, same thing here. I'm not into, like, the RV or the van life. I don't understand it. I don't have to understand it, but I like seeing people do it. And I like seeing how they survive and how they fix things if things go wrong. So I'm just letting Squeaky out of the room here. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to see you next time. Could be a week from now. Could be 2 weeks from now. Whenever the hell I feel like making a goddamn video. And I'm glad you're sticking with me. I'm glad you guys all popped in. And thank you all for the replay. Everyone who was here, I love you all. We'll see you next time.